Hello all and welcome to Great Deltan. It's now been over 2 months since I last posted a video, and as many of you have probably worked out from the title of this video, we will be saying goodbye to this layout very shortly. As you may have noticed, I have focused all or most of my efforts on just one side of the layout, having it completed in full so I can get good use out of one side, get a lot of photos and videos, and then have it up to a standard for potentially being published. And that's exactly what has happened. Over the last couple of months I've been out here and I've been running my stock a lot. I've been taking plenty of photos and videos for the archives, but more importantly, just before Christmas the layout was photographed for an article in an upcoming issue of a magazine, which has always been a long-term goal for the layout. The magazine shall remain nameless as I am bound by confidentiality, but the layout will feature in one soon. The other reason for only having done one side is that should the opportunity arise where me and my wife will be able to move any earlier than our planned estimated year of 2025, then I won't just have half-finished areas dotted around the layout, but a whole finished section that can be used and ran in a fair bit before it inevitably comes apart. So basically that is exactly what has actually happened. We have been given the opportunity to move as early as September, when the house we've reserved is due to be finished, as it is a new build. So I won't be continuing on with this layout any further from this point, as I won't really get much use from it if and when I were to complete it before the moving date. Further to that, I have decided to sell my entire collection to fund the house move and build up a bit of the last deposit we need. So I won't have anything to run in it anyway. This gives me an opportunity to have a bit of a break from the hobby, with the option not to continue in the future if I choose, as it's not certain if I'll make another layout when we move. For any long-term viewers of the channel, you may be realising this is more or less a repeat of what happened 3 years ago when I moved earlier than expected from the caravan to this house. And it is really, this time though hopefully moving to our home for many more years than the 3 to 5 we initially planned to be here. So the plan now is to sell off all of the stock and then take the layout down. A lot of the stock has already been shifted, as most of what I've kept is fairly rare or sought after, so it is selling quite well. If anybody is at all interested in purchasing any of the items that I have, then please do send me a message on the Great Deltan Facebook page. I'll leave a link in the description and I'll do my best to sort a favourable deal. The layout was never meant to be moved or portable, but I've had interest from a potential buyer who wants to purchase this completed side of the layout. So I'm going to do my best and have it broken down into 2 movable sections, and then it will hopefully get good use in a new home and be worked on further. Of course, if I really wanted to, I could have done that for myself and taken it with me wherever I move, but without any stock and a new house with new opportunities for building, I probably wouldn't have wanted to keep this anyway. The premise of this layout was to be a fairly quick build with less detail than normal, as I was always planning on moving. So if I ever did build another layout in the future, I'd want to go into far more detail and more work than this one. I do understand for many viewers, and myself alike, that there is disappointment that the station never reached its full potential and it never really got worked on further than the platform surfaces. I myself was looking forward to building it, but the level of modelling that would have gone into it perhaps wouldn't have been able to be achieved by September time. So I'll quickly talk through what I had envisioned for this side, so hopefully you get an idea of how it may have looked. Starting over the back there, where all those boxes are. At the back of the track was to be an industrial unit, perhaps a household name like B&Q or Wix, some sort of either warehouse or a store. Would have been scratch built or 3D printed, and it just would have been fairly generic, nothing unique or stand out like a lot of the other features. In the front of it, in front of the track, I was going to have a McDonald's drive-through, and that would have been a replica of the McDonald's we have here in Northampton at Sixfields. That again, I was going to challenge myself and design it all on Fusion 360, and then have my friend Nick at 3D Wagon Works print it out for me, and then obviously I would have painted it, coated it with plastic cards, to look fairly realistic, and then we would have had the drive-through with all the road markings and the big golden McDonald's sign. But that was never to be. It would have been looking quite good though, and it would have made the layout a far more modern looking layout. Just as we come towards the station throat then, I did post on the Facebook page, not sure if you can see there, but I did actually do a road which goes under those two sets of tracks, and that would have been a low girder bridge with the wasp stripe pattern for those tracks. And over here is a T-junction which then would have come up this incline towards the station drop-off area and the taxi place for the car park. So onto the station itself. The station I'd always planned to be very heavily based on Northampton Station, not only the layout but also the features of it and the way it's designed and a lot of the decor. So starting over here where these two tunnel porters are, we would have had a road bridge coming over this over the rails here to hide this unrealistic curve. We would have had a large station building here in the style of Northampton, and then we would have had modern footbridges coming across the platforms with steps down. Of course there are 6 platforms and Northampton only has 5, but nonetheless it was always an adaptation. And then on the platforms we would have had the same style of canopies, waiting rooms, sitting areas, toilets that Northampton had. I did take a few pictures the last time I was at Northampton Station to get some ideas. And further out towards the end of the platforms we would have had some flower beds, lamp posts, advertising boards, timetables, the sort of generic things you find at stations. And that would have been it really. But I'm not sure whether I could have got this done in time, and even if I did, I would have got much use out of it, and I would have spent a lot of money and time when I don't really need to. So I guess it is goodbye for now, or forever, I don't know, we shall see in the future. I would like to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for continuing to follow the layout and the progress, not just on YouTube but also the Facebook and Instagram pages. I get quite a lot of attention on Facebook as well in various engaged groups. So just a big thank you really to everyone who has taken interest and left loads of comments and just generally been keen about the layout. So sorry that it had to end this way. At least I got a good half of it done. And like I say, it will be published in a magazine, so there'll be that. As for the YouTube channel, I will leave it up, because if I do pick it up again one day, I shall just continue where I left off with this channel, as it will already have a fairly big following, and I do have a fair big archive of videos, which I like to sometimes reflect and watch back myself. So thank you for watching. I'm just going to leave you with a few running shots of this Pendolino, which will probably be the last piece of stock I ever run on this layout before the disassembly starts tomorrow, and then I may or may not see you again in the future. So thank you for watching, and bye bye.